What is up, gamers? Welcome to the Long Island TCG Tournament. We are going. Okay,
Oh,
what is up, guys? Welcome to the Long Island TCG Tournament finals. We are going into the finals match. We got Liz Rains. This is the finals in top four, playing Dragapult Dusknoir versus Kevin playing Gardevoir. Looks like Liz did win the coin flip, is opting to go second here. Liz, actually the only player in top four that we haven't had on stream yet. Having a really nice run, going 3-0. Only losing her last Swiss round, but she was able to come in on resistance here. One thing that is interesting to note is she actually beat Raging Bolt in top four. You know, like a matchup that's generally, honestly, pretty bad. So she was able to squeeze that out. Now going against a matchup that is a lot more close. This is a very close matchup for sure.
definitely a very good finals. In this case, this matchup is actually very close to a true 50-50. Can go either way at pretty much any time, depending on board states and setups and things like that. So we will have to see. Definitely, I have been a Dragapult player in the past, so you know I definitely can see how this matchup goes from Liz's end as well as Guardy for Kevin. So we'll have to see how things pan out. I did see that Kevin placed down a Ralts. Maybe he Ultra Balls for a second Ralts, guaranteeing the Evo potentially for next turn, maybe.
Yeah, I think I did see an Evo in his hand. So his hand, I don't think it actually has a supporter in it, but it does kind of have everything he needs to get going. So
Yeah, we shall see. Now, all right, let's see what we got.
okay, offering the cut there. All right, and we do have an energy in hand for the Evo next turn, but other than that, Kevin doesn't have much in hand, and this is kind of the pro in this matchup to going first, or rather going second. We see Liz already slapping down the Arvin, so she is going to get some Dreepies in play, get some semblance of a setup. I also do want to note, Liz is like the queen of starting Radiant Alakazam. She does it like half the time. I don't really know how or why, but I'm very happy to see a Duskull in the active spot, so she will be able to do a little bit of gaming. That is locked in here.
Liz gets to game today.
She also came with her cat swag, you know, her infamous cat mat with all of her cats on it, and her Frank Powell V-Star marker. She loves to rep her cats everywhere she goes. And they're also my cats, so I'm about it.
We love cats here. Frank Pao, right in the middle, named for his likeness to the Chen Pao Pokemon. We known across the Pokemon Twitterverse, across several regionals, as just Frank Pao, and we love him for that. So,
and I do like this play from her. I know she has the Rotom in hand, so I don't really know if she's going to opt for an Abadoo. I think she's actually just going to opt for a very simple turn one of Rotoming, which I kind of like here. Kevin, you know, did go first, so he is going to be forced to Evo next turn. He's probably not going to establish a Gardevoir. So I really do like Liz's option here to try to go a little bit faster, try to put on some pressure fast, and try to get a really meaningful Phantom Dive out of the second turn.
yes, we definitely want to see that. That is a play that we definitely want to see. Said that a little bit backwards, but we definitely we want to see in this matchup either get a very large chance at a board wipe or just have it come out swinging. So definitely a good option here. Let's see. We've got the Force Seal.
Yeah, attaching the Force Seal. She's aware that the Gardevoir deck doesn't play tool removal, so she knows that is a safe card to play down right now. And just opting for the Rotom to draw 3 cards. We have a lot of cards in his hand. I think I do see a Dracloak in it. And it looks like,
Ooh, attach Evo.
Yeah.
Simple, quick as it gets. So we're moving on to turn 2 with Liz. We'll see if we can get 2 Curlias into play. So now this opens up a very interesting board state, right? So if we get the Dusclops, we can KO both Curlias.
With a counter catcher.
Dusclops counter catcher. So we need Rare Candy, Dusclops, and a counter catcher.
I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. If Liz can get that this turn, this game is over. It is 100% cooked.
Out.
There's pretty much no way that Kevin will be able to do much from that perspective.
So we've got a draw here. I see an Arvin and something else. She already has the counter catcher in hand.
I think she might already have this play locked.
Yes,
she's got
the Psychic. No, she has the CC.
I
So
think she already just has this.
With the Force Seal, she literally just has the double KO Curlia this turn.
Yeah, and our counts as well. We do play the heavier Dusclops and Dusknoir line in this list. We're actually on a 3-2-1 currently.
What was the card she took? She took... I can't tell. Looks like an Ultra Ball, maybe?
Was it the Radzam? No, okay, so we are going to see the attachment. She's going to flip the V-Star marker here.
Yeah, we just need a rare candy to get to the guard to the excuse me,
Yeah,
to the Dragapult.
we still have an Arven too. So that's the thing. Like she also already had the energy. This Arven didn't even have to be devoted to a tool card
or unless that
for
wasn't
attacking.
unless that wasn't this. No, she had an Iono in hand. So I think the play definitely is here is that she probably takes the Arven. Arven's for the rare candy. I think she had an Ultra Ball in hand. She Ultra Balls for the Dragapult. You know, maybe gets there.
Yeah, I think that she is looking at the Arven. She is considering that here. We do play like a lesser count of Iono in this deck.
Yeah,
I think, or actually no, I think we're on the 3 currently.
Although now the problem is with the Arven because we thought she had an Arven in hand. She does not. So what that means is that she is one piece short of getting the Dusclops counter catcher KO. So probably what your best bet is here is just to rare candy into the Gardevoir and just swing. Get the damage on the board now. Go maybe.
Oh wait, no, she does have it because she has the Ultra Ball for the Dusclops.
Oh, she had the raw Dragapult. Yes, that is true.
Yeah, because she had Dracloak and Dragapult in hand. So, and she has the board. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. As long as she can pull this off, I don't really know if there's a way for Kevin to come back. Because if she has the counter catcher already, that is a completely wiped board, and Kevin has 2 cards in hand. This will basically just be a donk.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see where the damage goes here, but I don't see Liz not taking the 50 and placing it on one of the Curlias, counter catching the other Curlia. This is kind of the bread and butter turn 2 play of taking advantage of the fact that she is going first. So there's the CC.
Yeah, she knows exactly what to do. She's done this line so many times over the last couple of months. Of course, many regionals, many cups played with this deck, and she knows exactly what to do into all of these decks.
Beautifully executed. We've got a double knockout, and that is a clear advantage for Liz Rains going into this turn. Kevin does not seem to have anything else. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, that does not look like
a game 2. Yeah.
That looks like a game 2. Kevin is scooping. We are going to a game 2.
Yeah, and we were just talking about how grindy this matchup can get. With the way that was played, Dragapult almost looks like a turbo deck.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. So, well, Liz Rains with a dominant. Oh, there's our
there
guy.
he is. That's Dragapult right there.
Liz with a dominant turn 1 performance there.
Yeah.
Cleared the board quick and easy. You know, that is some of the risks that you have of playing with Gardevoir into Dragapult, and why Dragapult tends to be the favorite a little bit into that matchup is because if you do go second and you do get the Evo, but you don't have anything else, if the Dragapult player gets a Duskull on the board, Dusclops, done. You're losing 2 Curlia lines immediately, and that's both your Curlia lines that you got with the Evo. So at that point, it is very, very, very hard to come back from that. And that's pretty much the only situation where Dragapult kind of comes as a clear favorite into that matchup.
Yeah, I really like the way she played her turn 1 as well. I think a lot of players there would they'll think like, oh, I got a Badoo, I got to slow down the game. But she recognized that her hand was strong enough that honestly, he doesn't have as many cards in hand. He doesn't, there's a chance that she can't, or that he can't do something very aggressive or very strong next turn. I could just win off of rotoming and potentially drawing the right cards. And I think that level of awareness shows a lot of experience.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So I believe, did we have Kevin opt for second again on that?
I'd imagine.
Okay,
Kevin's going second, locked in, yeah.
Yep, we did get the lock-in for Kevin going second. All right, so we are back to it. We've got a Pokemon on both sides, no mulligans being taken, and, well, now we're in the position. Liz has to just capitalize again. Now, just to draw attention to it, we have the fist bump in the start. We can call that up.
Ooh, we do like the Rotom start going first. I'll say that much. Buddy Poffin in hand. This is not bad at all, and this is why we play the Rotom, because on the first turn of the game, Dragapult really can't do much. It can't Badoo you. It can't really play supporter. So, I mean, hey, drawing 3 cards is a pretty good alternate.
Yep. Definitely. And I also would just like to draw attention, we did not explain how the Dusclops or Dusknoir line actually works.
Oh, yeah. We haven't even really seen it that heavily this tournament.
That is true. So Dusclops and Dusknoir are 2 very powerful cards in the TCG format right now. So how they work is you essentially give your opponent a prize card, kind of like Magneton and Miraidon. And the way it works is that you knock out the Dusclops. In the case of Dusclops, you deal 5 damage counters to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So what that does is that enables you to go behind your opponent and in prize cards, which enables counter catcher. So at that point, you just counter catcher up the other Curlia, deal 50 damage, and then the additional damage counters from Dragapult's attack, Phantom Dive, then enables the double knockout, and that's kind of where the immediate dominant position goes. So,
Yeah.
just gonna see the double Dreepy Rotom draw 3 pass. I mean, that is a big hand. Not a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That is really good here.
I do see the escape board, so like we could retreat this Rotom, but
and
honestly,
I do see a Dracloak too, so that's like that's not bad. So we could play it slow, evolve in the Dracloak, nothing too crazy. No risk of Dusclops being on the board this turn, which is also a huge
plus for
benefit.
Kevin here.
Yes, so he does have the breathing room. This is the type of setup that makes this game way closer. So that if you do go first and you don't get the Dusknoir or don't get the Duskull on the board, turn 1 going first, then now you have an option because at some point you are going to have to bench Duskull in order to threaten a KO. Then the Gardevoir player can go after it. Okay, so now we have a bench of the Spiritomb. Spiritomb.
I think it may be a turn too late. You know what I'm saying? We already got the Rotom here. Liz's, I think, has a Lance in hand as well. Obviously, Kevin doesn't know that, but in this situation, I don't even know if Rotom's going to be, used for its drawing ability. We'll have to see if Liz can actually hit this turn 2 swing. Although I do think in this matchup, there's a lot of merit to having Restraint as well. This is definitely a matchup where I think as the Dragapult player, you don't necessarily always swing on the second turn if you can. Sometimes you want to like really pop off with a Dusknoir play to really kind of cripple their setup a little bit more. So I do think that in a situation like this, even if Liz has the swing, maybe it's worth it, maybe it isn't. But if that monkey isn't active, yeah, maybe it is, because taking those monkeys out is definitely the key to the matchup for Liz.
Okay, so you heard it here first, folks. So looks like we've got an Evo going into the Curlias. I see potentially maybe the best play on this turn 2 being maybe KOing a Curlia and Spiritomb to take the first 2 in the matchup to go ahead. Because the problem with the Phantom Dive attack in the case of Spiritomb is that Phantom Dive does 200 damage to the active Pokemon. Fine, but it also does 6 damage counters anywhere on your bench. So Spiritomb, having 60 HP, not a great place to be right now, and essentially is a free prize card if Liz does get to attack this turn.
And Liz top decked the switch. I do want to note, the list that we're currently playing, we did watch back Natalie Miller, who currently is in finals of EUIC, going to happen tomorrow. We did kind of look back her list, watch her do deck searches, and kind of figured out, I think, the exact 60 she's on. And that is actually what Liz is playing, but there was one card we couldn't compromise on, and it was Switch. We thought it was too strong, and we really just hated these situations where we got stuck with like Rotom or Alakazam and active, and I think Liz did just top deck it. So this could be a situation where maybe an aggressive Dragapult play is possible because of that switch.
Yeah, we'll have to see where Liz gets, right? Because we definitely have the one Recon Directive all over. I do see that she might have played Lance, I think. Yeah, it looks like it was. Yeah, I see on the corner there she did bench a Duskull. So that now we've got that threat on the board. So we're going to have to see now. Because there's definitely a world where you go Dracloak, Dragapult, Dreepy. If you go and have the rare candy in hand and then just kind of sit there and be like, okay, now you got to do something about it.
Yeah.
We'll see where they can go. I just don't know the other cards in Liz's hand. If there's a rare candy there, then I think we are definitely cooking with fire here.
Yeah. I do want to note as well, our Duskull line, when I say where, like, honestly, we talk about this deck a lot. She's my girlfriend. We talk about this deck, right? So we are actually playing one of the Come and Get You Duskulls, just because, we have the 2 Perplex, we have the 1 Come and Get You. Theoretically, you could get them out of the discard, I guess. You don't have too much recovery, but okay. Looks like we are going to opt for a slower strategy. She's thinking about it,
which is fine at the moment. Although I will say that we do have the 2 Curlias in play.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were opting for the Dracloak. Definitely. Okay. Double Buddy Poffin. Easy choice.
Yeah. No choice. Yeah.
All right, so now this is good, right?
Because spreading our board out.
Yeah, since both Dracloaks have 90 HP, that means that that Kevin can't take the response KO on both of them, as far as I am aware. So now what happens is that we can actually just go here, maybe get a board set up and put everything together, and then now we just can't instant charge. Okay, so now we've got a threat.
This is very scary. Kevin obviously doesn't have any dark energies in play yet. We do have the 2 refinements. I'm not seeing much supporters in his hand, but this is scary. This is what I was talking about. Liz having the restraint to not take this swing here, not go for the early swing and overextend. She understands that, hey, like, listen, I'll take one more turn. I'll blow up your board next turn. It's no big deal.
All right, and that's a pass. So we've got a Dark and a Psychic right now. We're going to see what we can draw off of presumably 4 cards here. All right, so I saw a Turo and something else. Or no, Guardy. That was a Guardy. Wow.
And we drew the dark as well. That's like exactly really strong here.
Yeah, so let's see what we've got off this now. So let's go. So we got the Bravery Charm. We have that. Okay. So now here is an interesting situation we've got. So I don't know if Kevin sees this, but he can KO the Rotom.
It's true.
But the problem on the return is that if Liz does get the Dragapult, the Dusknoir, and Radiant Alakazam,
Devastating.
we can remove both we can remove both Gardevoir lines from the board next turn. So and with Counter Catcher, obviously you don't want to use it, but you don't need to. So you have a lot of options here.
Yeah, I think honestly this could be like the bait on Liz's part. Like maybe she's understanding this and seeing this, because if we actually pop a Dusknoir here, if we can really pull that off, we do have a lot of cards in hand. We have a lot of Dracloaks. We could maybe find a Fez. Yeah, you're right. Literally with a Radiant Zam, we could make this happen. This could be a double knockout turn.
And Liz does have a good amount of cards in her hand. So, you know, obviously with the double Dracloak draw, you do need a lot, right? You need the You would need the Dusknoir, one singular Dusknoir and a rare candy. But that is not impossible, and that means
we know she has the Dragapult in hand as well. So she's already got one of those pieces. So in all honesty, it's not a lot to hit when you have a hand that massive already.
Right.
It's a pretty feasible play.
So what I would say is probably our best bet here. I do see an Ultra Ball. Kind of sucks to discard 2 cards, but maybe there's a world where we probably try to remove one of those Duskulls from play, and that might be your best bet for this turn.
That's what the matchup comes down to, and that's why establishing Double Monkey is so important, because when those Duskulls hit the field, that's when it gets hard.
Right. So we do have the Dark Attach. We're going to have to see what exactly Kevin does in this situation. And I do not know. I think Kevin did use both refinements, right? I think he did.
Yes.
So we
are going to Ultra Ball and get an energy and discard, though. I think he will have enough to actually get the swing here.
Okay, so we do. Looks like he's looking for the Monkey Dory. And I'm actually. Oh, nope, definitely Screamtail. Okay, cool.
Screamtail.
So, yeah, I definitely see the reason why you would do this. Obviously, it does open up the world for having the double prize card. The same issue, right, is that you can still CC the Guardy EX and then KO that, and just both Curly lines and then just end the game right there, right? That's one thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think Kevin really has any other options here. I think we have to essentially.
Oh no, he's opting for the monkey. I think I like this better. I think I like making your board wide and really giving yourself the options. He does have a dark energy as well, so he can drop that on the monkey. So even if Liz can get this explosive turn, goodness. But yeah, that's the thing. You just can't swing a Gardevoir here, can you?
You probably. I think the thought process is maybe you just Monkey Dory swing into the Rotom, and then you deal 60, right? Or you deal 90 maybe, or 80 with the.
He's gonna go for it though. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now here's the thing. So we do get the single Monkey Dory. We do get the 30 damage, but now it is up to Liz to essentially close the game out right here.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Kevin does. It looks like that. Yeah, we'll have to see what Liz is able to draw into, right? Because now the option is, the problem is that you're only knocking out one Pokemon. So you can't Fez, right? Because she bench 2, unless she has the raw Dusknoir now.
Yeah.
So let's just see what she gets.
Yeah. My concern here, too, is that this aggressive play also cuts Kevin off from draw, potentially, right? Because, like, if you look at his hand, it's a Boss and a Bravery Charm, right? So, like, if Liz is actually able to get this return, I don't think there's anything Kevin can do to actually come back.
Right. Okay.
So this is very scary, but if Liz can't hit it, Kevin might run away with this match.
Very true. So we'll have to see how exactly this pans out. So we got the knockout.
Take the knockout. Kevin 2 prize cards. That's nice. We get 2 extra cards.
Dragapult, and Radiant Alakazam in hand.
Oh my god, she's so close.
She's very close. So she can draw 2 cards. All she needs is the rare candy. And there's the rare candy.
Is this locked?
No. I don't know if we have the Ultra Ball, though. That's the problem. So I think we just have to draw cards, see what we can get to. If we draw into the Dusknoir, then we just have it right there. Oh, I think I see the Ultra Ball.
Yeah.
Oh, nope, maybe not. Oh, is that a Dusknoir?
Dusclops.
Oh, it's a Clops. Okay, so that's a start, because then you guarantee KO the Curlia no matter what.
Or what you can also do here is take out Double Monkey.
That is also a good idea, definitely. So.
And also, playing down the Dusclops there doesn't harm you, because like you could still hit the Dusknoir.
Right.
Like.
And we do need the other energy attach as well. We do have the Vessel. We do have the rare candy. So, okay. So it looks like Liz does not have access. I mean, based on those 2 cards, I don't know what they are, but it doesn't look. She looks like she's considering it. It doesn't look like she has access to the Dusknoir play. So I think what probably happens here, if she has the counter catcher, she can KO probably either one of the Monkey Dories or the Curlia to cut off Kevin's access to draw.
I think it's we take the Curlia and the Monkey with the Dark. We know Kevin had 2 cards in hand, so he's probably not drawing great.
Yes.
So I think in this situation you cut off his draw and take out the Monkey with the Dark since that's the most immediate threat.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. My only yeah, definitely.
Get 2 energies with the Vessel. And one thing that's nice is we do have 2 Dracloaks with energy. You know, each of them have an energy, so we aren't really going to have any issues with getting the Dragapult swing here.
Do we know, you know, potentially there, did she have the Vessel in the opening hand?
Don't quite remember. I don't think so, though.
Okay, good. Then she drew into it. Because I was going to say, if she had it in the opening hand, then maybe there's a chance to thin there a little bit beforehand. Maybe give her a higher chance of drawing into the stuff that she needed.
Yeah, honestly, not sure. I don't think so, though.
Okay, that's fine. No problem.
Yeah.
We're still getting to the Dragapult. You know, great position to be in. That is a second Dusclops. So that's
that is crazy.
So now
wait, so she has so many opportunities to take prize cards now. Wait, hold
so we are end the Iono to 4. So what we're offering here is that we're not going to KO the Gardevoir this turn. If we draw into the counter catcher, we're KOing both Monkey Dory and Curlia and potentially something else.
She definitely wants a counter catcher here, that's for sure.
Right. So
doesn't look like we hit it.
Additionally, what is also good is that if we KO the Curlia here, Kevin can no longer Turo the Gardevoir EX because it's the only Guardy line on the board.
True.
So
now, the Turo play is offline. So
correct.
Regardless, this puts on a lot of pressure.
Yeah. So, and now with this Dusknoir in play, now we have the option to go Dusclops. Now we have the option to go Dusknoir, wipe the board from here. So now from here, we're basically guaranteeing that Kevin has to make a bunch of really difficult decisions in the next couple of turns. And just kind of hope that Liz doesn't have it at the end of the day.
True. I do like this. It's a bit more of a defensive play from Liz, you know, being a little more, I guess, like aware of, you know, what Kevin's options really are. Recognizing that, yeah, like having monkeys in play is hard for Dragapult, but what's harder is when you or hard for Gardevoir, but what's harder for Gardevoir is if you can't actually draw cards to begin with, right? That's like really the big piece here. And also with the Radiant Zam in play, if more Ralts hit the board, she will be able to move the damage and just capitalize on knockouts on those as well. So I think this Gardevoir is actually just like the only one that will see the board this game.
Right. And the thing is now is that Kevin is kind of pigeonholed into taking the Dusclops off the board. Problem is, if he does, Dragapult's swinging again. So if Liz does get a counter catcher this time around, then it is lights out for those 2.
Yeah, very scary.
Right, so... All right, so we have the 1-1-1 setup here, which is a lot better because even if you get the double Monkey Dory, there is still 1 damage counter that sits on the board. So at this point, we'll have to see what Kevin is able to do off of those. It also puts the Spiritomb
exactly in Dusknoir range if you want to, or Dusclops range if you need to, which is kind of interesting. But I think the real reason why is because she just doesn't want those Monkey Dories to have
very true
to have like the maximum usage. Because obviously Monkey Doring off the Gardevoir at this point does absolutely nothing for Kevin, right? Like it's going to die next turn unless he can retreat it. Like there's just no way around it.
Yep.
So at this point, spreading the damage out is fine because I don't think Liz really minds if the damage comes off the Gardevoir regardless. So I see him eyeing the Greninja. Yeah.
Off the nest ball. Yeah.
I kind of do like this, and the reason being that I don't think Kevin can bench another Ralts. Like I don't. It just goes away, right?
It's
like,
not safe. The only thing, well, yeah, because Alakazam is on the board. We know that 1 damage counter is going to go wherever it is, no matter what. So I think Liz, despite only have taken 1 prize card, has set up a very dominant board state.
Yeah,
here.
That's what I'm saying. There was a ton of restraint on Liz's part. I think that the turn 2 swing was like honestly maybe a possibility if she kind of tried to high roll for it, but she understood she would rather play the long game. And she's just seeing this opportunity, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Liz's board is just so dangerous, very, very difficult, and Kevin is in a situation where he can't even really bench Ralts.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only situation that can happen here is maybe just potentially...
You could Turo the Guardian, right?
I mean, well,
that'd be funny.
Not
right?
even that. I would say probably his best bet is maybe to just try to attempt to Drifloon KO the Dragapult and then just hope Liz doesn't have it on the response.
Yeah, but I don't think we have the energy for that, though. We have 1 in there. We get Retreat. We get 2 more. We're going to need 2 more energy in discard just to pull that off.
That is true. So that is going to be unfortunate. So, yeah, I don't think he has it. I mean, we're going to have to figure out his hand. I just think his hand is too weak. I mean, he can Iono to 2.
Iono to 3,
Or, excuse me, yeah. Well, I mean, he'd Iono himself to another 3, but Liz has another 5 cards.
I almost feel like Ionoing Liz to Ioning Liz here is like super like I think he has to do this, but it's also dangerous because she hasn't even played counter catcher yet. So it's like it's like still counter catcher is like available, and like she obviously whiffed it because it would have seen the field last turn if she hit it. So now this is just even more threatening on Liz's part.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see what happens. So what did we get? We got a vessel, so we can get energy down, but it doesn't really matter in this case. I see what Sparkling Crystal, another Dracloak, maybe, Buddy Poffin. I don't see much else there. So as long as Kevin can get stuff out of the active and Liz does not get to, well, actually Liz can't even. Liz cannot Luminion, mainly due to the existence of the Spiritomb. But the problem now is that we have, oh, actually, no. 6 and, ooh, this is tough.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, I guess you could get double Monkey Dory here, right?
Yeah, but even then, does that put Liz, if Liz gets to the Dusknoir, do you just have the guaranteed KO on the Guardy EX no matter what?
Yeah, I think so. With Dust, even with Dusclops, right? Like, I think even with Dusclops, we can we get that knockout with the Dusclops? No, I think we're short with the Dusclops, but we got to keep in mind that there's also the Radiant Salmon play. And I'm sure that there's like some kind of damage manipulation I'm not seeing on the board. Oh, so I think Kevin, is he considering screamtailing the Dusclops?
I think that's his best bet right now.
I think it is his best play.
I hate that. I hate, like, as a Guardy player,
he just can't. Yeah, he can't even attack the Dragapult. He just has to, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. But I mean, look, he's got a prize lead. He goes down to 2. That is not a bad place to be at all.
Yeah, it's just I hope you don't have counter catch angle.
Because the problem now is that if he does get the KO, he sets Liz to 4 and himself to 2, which means that Liz needs to get a double KO. But the problem is that if Liz uses Dusknoir, sets Kevin to 1, which means that he could potentially, with a 20 damage on the board off of the Monkey Dory, can boss and KO something on the board.
True.
So now we're gonna.
Because he could swing with the monkeys.
Yeah, so
that's something we gotta keep in mind too.
We're gonna have to see what exactly happens here. Kevin considering his next move.
Yeah, he's really thinking about the Screamtail. I think it is his best option here, but it's so sketch.
I mean, the problem, like, setting himself to 2 prize cards, probably what might be better is maybe getting rid of the additional Dracloak or the Alakazam, right? I feel like having Liz give the additional prize card may not be, well, probably not. Probably not. I think probably the best bet is to probably Screamtail and go after the Dusknoir if
you know
Kevin
what would
has
have been a great
access
play
to
here? Actually, Cresselia would have been really strong.
Did we have enough damage on the board? Because we have 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Liz was putting
5.
ones out. I still think we're short. That's the issue. Yeah. Well, we'd have to. No, I think we are still short. No matter, like, we can't really kill the Dusclops, I don't think, efficiently.
Yeah, I don't think there's any good way. I really don't think there's any good way to go about this. I don't. Let's just see what happens here. Because that is the second Monkey Dory. There's the 3 and the 3. 3 on the Dusclops. So the idea is that retreat into the Screamtail, attach 2, deal 60 damage to the Dusknoir, knock it out. Although it does.
Okay, I think they're discussing stuff. They're talking about, like, damage or, like...
Seems like a board state discussion going on here.
Yeah.
If we could get some confirmation on that.
Okay, he's going to... I think he's double monkeying off the Guardy, right? Because some damage just came off of it. So I think he's double monkeying off the Guardy.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it.
And he put it on the... What's on bench there? The pink thing, the Radzam? Is that where he put it?
Yes, that is the Radzam. So 3 on the Radzam and 3 on the... 3 on the Dusclops, but I think what he's going to do is he'll probably attach 2 and then just deal 60 to the Dusclops to knock it out, and then now Liz is unable to remove the Guardy EX from play unless it is gusted.
Yeah, this is good math on Kevin's part. This is a smart defensive play.
Yes, there is some damage counters on the board right now, not the end of the world, so I think that we're just going to deal the 80 and then just call it a day on that Dusclops. So,
makes sense to me.
Now, what is Liz's response? Off of 5 cards, we've got a Crystal, a Stretcher.
So I think what Liz really needs to do here is just, like, evolve things, right? Like, make them hard to kill.
She has a Duskclaw. Is that a Noir in her hand? No, it's a Psychic Energy. Psychic Energy, Turo. So she can take 3.
Yeah. I guess if she hits Counter Catcher, though, she still can just take out the Screamtail and the Gardevoir, and
which is probably her best bet right now.
I think that's still enough to just get this.
Because Kevin is not in a position where he can take to the next turn.
Exactly.
presumably.
He would need 2 more turns swinging with the monkey doors. I can't believe we're talking about that, but that's what it's come to, right? It's come down to the monkeys. So I see you're really looking at these cards, probably looking for a counter catcher, I would assume.
I'm not sure what that was. Oh, it's an Iono. Okay.
So another Iono could be really good here. I mean, she'd have to hit it
So-
at this point, right?
Yeah, Turo. Yeah, I mean, off of 5 cards. I mean, like, with how deep she is into the deck at this point, then, you know, there's definitely a chance to hit the CC, and that's really what we want to see right now. So that is
Yeah,
a
first card she drew.
That
Yep.
is, that is a counter catcher. So that's
Yep.
exactly what she wants to see. With Gardevoir off the board now, we can remove both attackers, and now that reduces Kevin's ability to do anything the next turn because
Yeah,
the
this is
most,
hard.
the most amount of prize cards Kevin can take is 1, and Liz that means it means that Liz will immediately respond with a KO on the following turn after the Monkey Dory swing.
Funnily enough, I think the Spiritomb being on the board is actually what made this game really difficult for Kevin, because now at this point, Liz can actually just
Take 3.
take any. Yeah, she could take 3 and then take 2.
So she's going to take 2 damage counters.
Oh, she's moving them. Yeah, makes sense.
Well, let's
Actually,
see.
with the
though.
monkey, do we
with
even
the,
want
with the
to?
monkey, I don't think we
Do we want to max out the monkey's ability to, do
Well,
things here?
maybe instead of you move 1 damage counter from one of the Monkey Dories to the Spiritomb and then just overload the Spiritomb on damage so that you're removing as much damage from the board as humanly possible.
Yeah, or you could even just push it onto the Gardevoir, like, hey, I don't want, I want these monkeys to do nothing, right? You know, like,
Exactly.
I don't
That's
hate it.
definitely- Yeah.
I don't hate that. Or you can move 1 off the Scream Tail to make it a clean kill. I don't hate that either.
Yeah, because the Spiritomb's just going to stay there, right? And
Yeah, you can cash in next turn, exactly.
Yeah. So definitely a thought there. Maybe that's the thought process right there.
Yeah.
Probably is, right? You probably take 2 off of the Guardy EX and potentially move it to the Scream Tail. Scream Tail is 40 damage, so you need 50. So you're already there in terms of damage counters. So I think what you probably do is just overload the rest of the damage counters onto the Scream Tail, knock it out with the Guardy. Now you have no more attackers. Liz did, and then probably you just get the. Yep, there you go. So we're going to knock out the Scream Tail. We have no additional attackers left, and then you have the 1 additional or 2 additional damage counters, I
Just
believe.
gonna put it on the. That's like fine. I mean, like that's just everything here on the board has 1, so that 1 damage counter is completely irrelevant, and that's exactly honestly how Liz wants it. She doesn't want those monkeys getting any value.
Yep. So now, what does Kevin do?
I was gonna say Turo the Spiritomb and draw an energy, but I mean he doesn't have it. I guess he could swing with Monkey and just like pray.
He doesn't even have the energy.
He doesn't. Oh,
So right now it is
I
looking.
think this is a checkmate.
That is very much a checkmate for Liz in this situation. Kevin does not have the energy, does not have the ability to get any energy, nor has the ability to draw cards into an energy to use. So that Monkey Dory, you just take the damage off the Spiritomb, but guess what? Knocks out everything on your board anyway.
Yeah, this Spiritomb really was like kind of
So the
Kevin's,
only thing that he can do, I apologize for interrupting. The only thing that he can do this turn is retreat into Spiritomb and pass. That is it. That is the only thing.
Liz
that he
will
can
have
do.
to find boss. Yeah.
Yes.
And she cannot Luminion for it because there's a Spiritomb in play. So
Yes.
that is actually definitely the best play that Kevin has here, just to retreat. Wow, but it's so rough.
Ooh.
Okay, Liz patiently waiting. Kevin definitely just kind of assessing all of his options here, making sure that there's no like win conditions that maybe we're not thinking of or he's not thinking of. We do see the 2 Monkey Dory heals, so maximum damage of 20 healed. Kind of funny, but yeah, doing exactly what we said. Promote Spiritomb and pass.
Yeah, it's the only thing I can think of doing right now. If Liz has the access to the Gust,
Okay, so I think. Oh no, is she gonna play the Luminion?
problem is if she plays the Lumen, Spiritomb is in play. So what are we doing?
Oh, Spiritomb.
Yep, there it is. So now we're going to have
Yeah.
to figure out what we need to do here. What I assume is that you just grab a Pokemon, maybe thin out the deck. Didn't get a knockout the previous turn,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter about that. So we just grab. I think we just grab a Pokemon, thin the deck out. Maybe you raw draw into the boss, get lucky, and call it a game there. So
Yeah, didn't actually see what she grabbed there. I think it was the Dragon Pole she showed Kevin previously.
yeah, I mean this game looks.
It's pretty cooked. Yeah, like I think like Liz's thought here is like, well, if I can't win this game, I'm just gonna make my board like insanely hard for you to actually kill. Because we have to keep in mind Kevin needs 2 prize cards. Like I think as long as Liz can evolve one of these Dragapults, I think it is actually impossible.
Yeah,
So
we'll have to see what she draws off the second.
yeah.
This is it. For all the marbles. Nope.
Do get a Fire Energy, though.
Fire Energy's good.
We
Guarantee we can just go second Dragapult there. Maybe even there's a merit to attaching it to
The Zam?
the Radiant Alakazam,
To
so that
prevent
you
a
don't
stall.
get yes, to don't
Yeah.
so you don't get retreat locked. You know, definitely a thought process there, because either way, you're definitely KOing the Spiritomb. Next turn, if you have a Ball Search, Lumen, guaranteed.
Yeah, so going through her discard here, looks like the Badoo. Something I want to note, I don't think she Badooed once this set.
Not this set, yeah. I mean,
Rotom was clutch. You know what's funny, too? We've been talking about this deck so much. She was not a believer in the Rotom. I'm definitely going to call her out on that later, because she was heavily relying on Rotom in this set. But hey, it's a good card, man. Drawing 3 cards, pretty good. But yeah, just making sure that, you know, there's no line that, you know, Kevin can take advantage of here. The one thing that does kind of stink here for her is that Kevin can actually, like, capitalize on Monkey Dory heals now. Like, he can get one of these off. I don't think he has another Dark in hand, but she doesn't know that, and she's definitely obviously, like, playing around that.
so I think the best play probably here is probably just to go 2/2/2 to reduce the amount of damage
100%.
as much as humanly possible that
Yeah.
Kevin can push back on. Because if you put 60 on one, if he does somehow draw into the second Dark, then he can move 60, get a Gust, and then
She got
hit.
Farseal.
Okay. Wait. So she
Yeah,
has the boss
Farseal
now.
for boss.
That's
Yep,
it.
and there it is. Yeah, so Liz wins the Long Island TCG Show, playing
Liz
Dragapult.
Taking it home with Dragapult over Kevin Fuentes'
Playing
Gardevoir. Definitely a very dominant performance from Liz. That
Yeah.
was an open and shut case from start to
Yeah,
finish.
I don't think there was like really any mistakes. It definitely felt like I was watching some pretty high level play. Very much understanding this matchup. I mean, she's beaten a lot of really strong Gardevoir players at tournaments before. You know, like if you think of any honestly Gardevoir player in New York, I'm pretty sure she's probably beaten them. So honestly, really strong play. It seems like in those situations, like she had a lot of restraint. Wasn't really, you know, overcommitting to getting the attack unless it would guarantee her the game. And yeah, just really smooth play all around.
Shows the power of the deck and the player. So definitely Liz Rains showing why she is the Dragapult master of Long Island and having a dominant 2-0 performance on the day, winning the Invitational, and I believe some nice prizing from both herself for the Frank Pell V-Star marker, as well as a Silver Tempest ETB, I believe, is for first place only, plus some additional goodies from the show itself. So, hey, shows why the deck is best deck in format, right? Tons of options, rewards restraint, rewards high-level play, and Liz definitely showed that today over Kevin's Gardevoir. So nothing really more to say there. Just want to confirm, probably do our nice little post-game interview with Liz. We'll talk about real quick if you want to interview Liz versus me. Does not matter to me.
Yeah. I mean, it just like depends when they send her over. Okay, yeah. So. Yeah, I'll sit in with her on this.
All right.
I'm
So
gonna definitely bust her chops. So.
Go for it. I will get up for a minute. I will see you guys back for the nice little closing setup here. We'll say goodbye to the stream after that. But for now, let's hear from Liz.
All right, cool. I'll move over. I'm moving to your seat then.
It's interview time. It's interview time.
All right, bro. I'll take a picture of Liz, please. Bro, thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
You blew that well. Yeah. I was confused about that too. All right, so no bias. Just want to put that out there. This isn't scripted. This just happened. How you feeling? How was that?
Really good. The finals were pretty crazy. That game one, I was not expecting to have that play come together.
Yeah. We were talking about it back here. We were like, yeah, if that happens, it's so over.
It's
yeah.
not a donk, but it's basically a donk.
That's exactly what I called it. I called it a donk. So
it's basically a donk. Because at that point, what do you do? I love Dragapult. She's done well by me.
Yeah, so like we were kind of talking about the matchup a little bit, and like I mean, like obviously you have like a decent amount of games on it, and we discussed it a lot. Partners that both play Gardevoir and Dragapult, so we discussed it a lot. So I really liked obviously the game one, like you just kind of drew like the stones, so like obviously there wasn't really much like to consider there. You just kind of took the aggressive route. But game two, I saw a lot of restraint on that second turn. Really establishing those Duskulls and like favoring getting those in play so you can do a little bit more aggressive stuff. Like I'm just curious on that second turn, did you have the out to swing?
I did not. I almost had the out. I was short the rare candy.
Gotcha.
I had the option to dig for it. I could have set up my energies. If I'm remembering correctly, I could have set up my energies and Iono to try and dig for it or something like that. In that matchup, in my opinion, Guardies, are probably not going to be speed running you either. It's
No.
not a turbo deck. I'd rather establish a wide board, be able to draw cards, and really just set up for the long game. That's what both decks want to do anyway. The deck isn't really built for turbo. Like game 1, I just got really lucky with the hand.
Yeah, yeah. So speaking of turbo too, I do kind of want to discuss this a little bit. Like I know in top 4 you hit Raging Bolt, which like you're playing Luke, and like obviously that matchup, like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's a bad matchup. It's a bad matchup. So like, how did those games go?
They were interesting. I kind of just got the Badoo lock early on game 1, and he ended up with just a giant hand. And it was just kind of draw pass because he didn't really have much to do with the giant hand.
That's like pretty much the only way. Right, yeah, you go with that matchup, right? Yeah.
So from there, I got lucky with a counter catcher play. I managed to get the Arvin, to get the counter catcher, to take double knockout on both of the Raging Bolts. So then he was kind of just stuck with 2 Ogre Pawns with 2 energy and no real attacker viability. He'd already used 3 Sadas. So it just wasn't really a feasible way to come back from. And then game 2, it was a little bit closer. I got the Badoo lock way too early, and he just couldn't get anything established.
All right, yeah, perfectly reasonable. So, like, I know you've been playing this. That's probably the last thing I'll say. But, like, I know you've been playing Dragapult. Like, obviously, I see all the work you put into this game. I see how much, like, ladder you play. Like, when I say she actually will not play she doesn't play anything else.
No,
she doesn't play anything else than this
I'm the truest
deck,
one
right?
trick.
Yeah, 100%. No, when Dragapult's gone, she'll be washed. But we still have it for a while, for a very long time.
We got a couple years.
Yeah, but just want to say, too, like, obviously, like, I know, like, you've been playing this, like, a lot. You've been playing it at regionals. Like, I know, like, at Baltimore, you got like top 5-12 with the Pidgeot version, and then at Toronto, you were the highest placing Dusknoir Dragapult at 256.
Yeah, without Bird,
Yeah, without Bird, yeah. So, like in terms of like the deck's actual strength, like how much better do you actually think it is right now? Like from what you were playing.
Its biggest advantage now is being able to put your opponents at your pace. One of the biggest struggles that the deck had prior to Badoo was just you get run over. There's too many turbo decks. There's too many decks that are swinging on turn 2 and just kind of bulldozing you before you can get set up. So now being able to slow your opponent down and make it your pace, it just gives you the chance to set up to make those wide boards. That way you're not digging for the rare candy Dragapult Crystal Energy on turn 2 going first. Now going second, you can support her. You're slowing your opponent down. Again, being able to support her on your first turn really makes the deck more consistent because you're not really as heavily reliant on what's in your hand. And you do have the Rotom as an out if you are going first. Obviously, I didn't get to use it much.
Okay,
as
no.
a
I'm literally calling you out on that. Like I know you were not a Rotom believer. Dude, like you won that set because of Rotom.
Yeah,
like
Rotom
literally,
did
like
come
you're never allowed to say anything about Rotom again.
Rotom,
literally.
Rotom proved himself today.
I told you so. That card's broken. Like we're definitely playing Rotom. But yeah. Yeah. So anything else you want to talk about the deck, or like any shout outs or
not much
shout out to
else.
Natalie Miller.
Shout out to Natalie Miller for killing it with Dragapult today.
We scrubbed through her. We counted all the cards.
We got some ideas from there. Shout outs to Dragapult. I love her. Shout outs to our testing group. They're lit.
I'm gonna shout out Frank Powell.
I was gonna say my last shout out to Frank Powell.
Frank Powell is sick right now. He's got a cold.
He had a little bit of a cold.
He had a shivery chill going on.
He had a shivery chill. But yeah, no, shout outs to everyone who I test with regularly. It's been great, and can't wait for the next one.
All right, cool. All right, word. I mean, I got nothing else to say. I mean, like, congrats. We'll open the ETB later.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, yeah,
right,
that'll be
thanks.
fun. I'm not gonna go to Chili's.
Okay,
okay,
Going
cool.
to Chili's.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been super fun. Oh, okay. We got Anthony, the TO.
All right, do you want my
popping in?
headset? All right.
Oh yeah, we gotta get Anthony, the TO, up in here.
And then we'll get our nice little closing.
Statement. Yeah. What's good, Anthony?
What is up? All right, guys. So let me give you a good series of announcements. There's going to be a whole bunch of things going on. We're actually going to have a bigger show in May. We're going to have a lot of big prizing. Also at Collectors Emporium, we're having a big tournament on April 19th. It's going to have $1,000 cash prizing for TCG and VG. Also, we're going to have store credit as well on top of that. So
Crazy.
we're going to have big
Wild.
store credit pool. Amazing. And also, whoever wins the tournament, they get a Journey Together booster box
That's
for
what's up.
TCG, VG, and it's going to be Journey Together packs for top 8 on top of prize packs.
Insane.
So it's going to be the first big post-rotation tournament after Atlanta.
Sick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's our plan. Honestly, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I really do appreciate you guys watching the stream, coming out to locals. Please support your locals. It's a big thing. It is a cornerstone of our community. We need to make that a big thing. Supporting your locals, supporting your leagues, no matter what. Travel, show support. These stores are grinding for you. Grind for them by just putting your foot in the door. That's it. That is the big thing. I'm going to put Nick back on, and yeah, we're gonna do our closing. And thank you guys for casting.
Thanks a lot for having us on, dude. This has been super fun. I had a great time, and
yes,
I'm definitely looking forward to being at more of these. So thanks a lot for doing some cool stuff for the community, and I'm looking forward to just doing more stuff. So
yes, 100%.
That's what's up.
There you go.
All right, cool. So Nick is going to drop in. That's my chair, bro.
I'm you now.
Yeah, crazy, insane. But
You may
yeah,
know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you.
since
because
I know everything you're going to do, strange, isn't it? Anyway, guys, we will be closing out the stream now. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to follow us on socials, I'm EpoDR. You're at
BattleBoxes TV.
That's what I thought. Didn't want to get it wrong, though. We do have a podcast on Twitter. We do talk about Pokemon every Monday at 10:30 p.m. called the Frank Powell Pod.
Sometimes on Thursdays.
Yeah, sometimes on Thursdays, but I think we're going to try to keep it to the Monday if possible. But yeah, definitely keep your eyes out on that. We will definitely be talking about EUIC and probably this and just general things, this Monday at 10:30. So if you're into that, definitely drop in on Twitter and give it a listen. But thanks a lot for the TCG show for having us. This has been super, super fun. Shout out to all my friends. They're standing right there. Without them, I would not be here. So
My friends are my power.
for real. You got any shout outs, anything to say?
I mean, shout out to the TCG show for putting this out to us. Shout out for our testing group that has given me so much knowledge and so much ability to play this game that I never thought that I would have ever been able to get into a situation like this. So
Awesome.
I appreciate each and every one of you guys. That's
Been a pleasure, Goat.
yeah,
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more over Chili's, I guess. We're going to Chili's. So
Absolutely.
anyway,
Absolutely.
guys, hope you guys are going to get yourselves a nice dinner as well. Hope you had some fun, and we will be signing off. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for keeping it real.
Support your local scene.
Support your local scene.
Be good to each other.
Heck yeah. Have a good one, guys.